All right. Hi, I'm Jim Lowenstern. We are live on YouTube, even though I don't see it on YouTube. Give me a thumbs up, Larry, if we're live on YouTube.
It's just went live. It takes a second or two, Jim.
Okay, all right.
It's live right
Um,
now.
new technologies, and you know what they say about old dogs.
Earth.
So this is the Exponential Files. We are an almost weekly podcast. We took last week off because, well, we felt like it. But we're here today. Larry Laufer is my co-host. We have a guest from over the pond, Lars. I'll let Larry. Larry, you can introduce Lars.
I'm happy to, Jim. I'm so happy to see you all rested from your vacation. Um, it was a great holiday here in the United States. The Exponential Files is a show about the benefits of being an eXp agent. And one of those is this show and the opportunity for us to highlight our international friends who are doing incredible jobs in their own countries. Lars Polegato started and was an agent for many, many years, 2002 to 2016 in Italy. He's married to an Italian woman. Did so well that he retired and moved to the Canary Islands. After a while, he realized that he loved the game and he wanted to come back. And at that time, eXp presented itself to him. And I'll let Lars tell that story from then. You just said took you 5 minutes to realize this is what you. So why don't you talk about Lars for a moment? First of all, welcome to the show. And secondly, what attracted you to eXp and what are you doing right now?
Okay, thank you, Larry. Thank you, Jim, for having me on. It's quite easy to say. As you said, I stay now in the Canary Islands. It's a wonderful place. I think it's the California of Europe. And what happened?
Which island are you on?
On Tenerife, Santa Cruz de Tenerife is the capital of
Oh,
the island.
okay. I've been
There
there.
are two big islands. There are seven islands, but the two biggest is Tenerife and Gran Canaria, with the capital Las Palmas. And I came about eXp. I spoke to Jen Coffis. She's my sponsor, said a sponsor, and she opened the gates for me for eXp. She explained the model to me, and after 5 minutes, I understand. First, before I was seeing for other companies like Sotheby's and other luxury companies, my only example, and then she explained me the model of eXp. And even at my age, I'm 60 years now, I know that the digital market is coming even stronger in the next years. And so it's a good platform for me, for my company.
So
the second thing, which is even more important for me, this was an opportunity not only to be local, but global. Because all of the clients are coming to me or working with me are coming from the part of Europe, from Germany, from Italy, from France, from England. Some come from America, all over the world. And this connection was for me too strong not to take hold on it.
Okay. Let me ask you a question, Lars. So
Yes.
I'm of the belief that you cannot explain fully eXp in 5 minutes. So I sat down and wrote a book. What did she say in 5 minutes?
What did I say in 5 minutes? Because
What did Janie say to you in 5 minutes to make you go?
Tell me,
That's it.
Yeah, because Jamie, before a lot of time, before worked also for other companies. And then she explained me the model surely straight and talked about the metaverse, yeah. And she talked about the global connection, that eXp is not working only locally with the branch offices, but globally. And this was a point for me to say, okay, now I look into the model, I watch the film, explanatory film, I watch the slide, but the decision was already made. For me, it was easy. I know that often people need more time sometimes 1 day, 1 week, or even 6 months, and then they come to eXp. But
10 years.
Everybody is different, and so for me it was the thing to go, because it put it all together, and I'm glad to have made this choice.
I think it's if you're talking about locally and then globally, I think with eXp you also have to talk about the meta universe, because that's the next step. That's what's bringing everybody all together, that you can have real time discussions. I know you're 7 p.m. where you are right now, but and it's only 2 o'clock right here in Boston, Massachusetts. We can be connected. We can be doing business at any time, at anywhere. We're not on the meta universe right now. We're on Zoom, but that's kind of that's one of the benefits. One of the benefits.
The other amazing thing, it's true as well. What you say, Larry, is now we have over 80,000 members in eXp, or associates, like you call them, and we can connect with everyone. We have the phone number
Right.
of everyone. Where do we have it? In such a, you can talk to everyone you want. You can do a live call, you can do a video call, you can text them, and they always respond. And on the other side, even, I'm not staying in the United States, but even for the global part, for now I think 22 countries and growing bigger, it's the same. You go in and can talk to everybody.
Right.
Actually, most of them speak English, but sometimes you need to speak another language, but it's okay. It's perfectly.
Jim wrote a book.
You see, if you, sorry that I interrupt you again, and if, for instance, if you go on my homepage, you see the possibilities you get. Here you go to different countries as a global marketing agent as well, different countries, United States, Dominican Republic, Mexico, Thailand, and in Spain, Germany, wherever you want to go, you can promote these other properties.
Right.
Which company you can do it? No, not very many, I suppose.
Right. That's true. Jim wrote a book called Your $1 Million Month. And in there,
in real estate.
In real estate. Who cares? This is a real estate show. But in there, he describes how the industry has changed over the years, and how we had a discussion earlier today, Jim, I want to bring up why it takes some people longer than other people to come to this. So many of the others, the Sotheby's and everything, they are a brand, and they want you to promote that brand. eXp understands you're self-employed, you're an entrepreneur. They want you to create your own brand under the eXp umbrella. You don't have to be. You can be luxury property consulting, or Your Stories marketing, Your Stories realty marketing, or Casas Unlimited luxury. You can be what you want. So it's demanding of you to understand what you want. So it's not for everybody, but it is for the entrepreneur, because you can make so much more money in so many different ways with this brand. What do you think, Jim?
Well, I think that most, okay, let's start. The nexus is really the real estate industry, and there's easily over 1 million real estate agents running around this planet, right? We can probably agree on that number.
That means
Over
there's probably 20 competent ones.
Yeah, and 3 of them are right here. That being said, 82,000 agents with eXp. We're just, scratching the surface here of how big. Actually, it's got to be more than 1 million, because the eXp actually thinks that eventually they're going to be at 1 million agents. And I think they will be. And this is the reason why. I don't believe that eXp is a brand in real estate like other brands. It's a brand that doesn't it doesn't need the spotlight. All the real estate agents out there are independent. I don't know how it is in Spain, Lars, but I'm assuming you're all pretty much independent contractors. I mean, in the United States, this is like a IRS term you know.
Yeah, I know it's a little bit different in Spain, in Italy as well, and also in Germany. You have the companies like Keller Williams, Century 21, and others as well, Remax. But most of the agents are single agents, and they don't have to belong to brokerage like in the United States.
Right.
Right.
Well, in the United
This is-
States, you don't have to belong to anything either.
No,
Right.
you can open
But
your own. You can open your own brokerage, but as a real estate, you have to assign yourself to a brokerage, isn't it?
Yeah.
Alexis? No?
Well, in the beginning, but you can get a
In the
brokerage
beginning, okay.
license
Okay,
after. You know,
they told me that.
After 3 years.
well,
Eh.
in Massachusetts, it's different for every state. Well, this is my point. I'll just get to the point. The point is, all these real estate agents are their own company. I don't care who they work for. I don't care what brand they work for. They really are their own company. A lot of them don't realize it. A lot of them don't take advantage of it. And a lot of the companies that they work for are not going to allow it. I've been independent. I've been a franchisor. I've been a franchisee. eXp covers all of that. You want to be independent? Fine. You want to be with a brand? Fine. You want to be a franchisor? We'll figure that out too. You want to be a franchisee? Sure, why not? It's just a word. eXp is that flexible. So I'll just say, I'm doing some crazy shite with eXp right now. I'll be the first to say it. And in my past, whenever I asked, can I do this? Whoever I worked for, the answer was no. That's not our business model. With eXp, the answer has been, yeah, go for it. So I had a letter yesterday from compliance that I responded to nicely. I had a call from my state broker today, Jane, and we had a nice conversation. And she just said, just don't do this. I know you didn't do it on purpose. And it's like, that was the end of the conversation. So, you want to grow something big, Jim? Go for it. You want to grow something international? Go for it. You want to build up your trademark castles? Go for it. It's like, whatever, because it all helps the agent. As soon as you do something that doesn't help an agent, that's when they put the brakes on.
When they
So
help,
we're all
when
in
it's,
this together.
yeah, when it only helps yourself and it's not promoting the group. And that's
Right.
part of the one for all kind of approach here, because we are all stakeholders and stock owners. We all benefit. If Lars in the Canary Islands sells a property and we are part of the same organization, we all benefit. Not from Lars's money, but from the company's money. And because it's a virtual company across the world, they have more money to share back with the individual agents. And that's one of the extra ways you're making money by being an eXp agent.
Yeah.
So Lars, I see behind you, it says virtual office design, VO virtual office. So is that a space in the metaverse that you're renting, or
No,
what's virtual office?
It's a virtual background for Zoom. Everyone can have this. I put here my logo on, and I have my office. So you don't see my room. If I'm
I see. So virtual office design.
Yeah,
Got it. Cool.
If I may say something else, is what another man of eXp told in one intervention I heard, and this I find very interesting for everyone, is that eXp is not a company, franchise company. eXp is a platform. And we as a personal brand use it as a platform. Yes. So it helps us in our daily business. It connects us, but we are our own brand. And
it's a limitless.
One day, one day somebody thinks I grow my brand and then I want to sell it. You can never sell. You can sell your own brand, but if you will with Keller Williams or with Sotheby's or other companies, not to say nothing against them, they're great companies, but you can't sell them. You can't sell your company always with them. This is a great point also for me.
You can sell a downline at Keller Williams, right, Larry?
No.
Really?
No, you can't. You can keep it the same way with eXp. All you have to do is pay the yearly dues
Right.
It's short money. I think it's like $250.
Because I think with the eXp, you can transfer ownership of it.
Yes, with eXp you can do it.
Okay,
Yeah.
so with Keller Williams, you can't?
No,
Oh, well, that's
another.
that if that is true, that's a huge difference on top of all the other huge differences.
Yeah.
For a Keller Williams agent to be building something and then realize that, they can't even cash out of it. I mean, they'll still get the money, but of course it's
Well,
from
think
what I
out.
hear, smaller money.
Yeah. Well, for me, it always was, even though I had a number of people had come over because I was over there. But they've continued to follow what I'm doing. And that's often what happens is you get someone who you feel comfortable with. And that's the kind of sponsor that you really want. Somebody who knows a lot and can help you along the way. Like Jamie is, like you, like
let's talk about Tenerife for just a minute, and why would someone want to? Is it a great place for retirement? What's the weather like? I was there. I can't remember what month, but on the north side of the island, it was rainy and a little chilly. And then each day we drove to the south side of the island. You had to drive around El Teti, which is the volcano in the middle of the island.
Yeah, the biggest mountain of Spain. Yeah, the volcano.
And then one day we went up the mountain, and it was so windy they didn't have the ski lift open. Can you imagine, Larry? There's a ski lift on the volcano. There was snow on it, and then we got to the other side, and then coming back. We went a different route in cliffs and stuff like that. And it was a big lightning storm that we were driving on these sheer cliffs. It was an interesting trip, I got to say, not expected.
How can I say it? Because I'm originally German. I've lived in Germany. I lived in Venice, in Italy, 30 kilometers from Venice, which is a great place as well. But the Canary Islands are different because I enjoy them very much, especially in Santa Cruz. You are in the capital, there are 230,000 inhabitants and a great capital. And you have all services, everything around. And then you have the northern place, which is really nice because there are a lot of passes to walk through. There are a lot of green. And then you have the southern part, which is... it's southern. It's more
like
you
desert.
Don't have so much, but the weather is even better there. But the important thing of Tenerife is you have in how you can say it, across 100 and 120 kilometers, you have the whole island. But you have so many microclimates. I make you an example. I'm here in Santa Cruz. In Santa Cruz, normally I can only say in Celsius, and you have to translate it in Fahrenheit. And here we have the whole year through from 20 degrees up to 29, 30 degrees. It don't get warmer and it don't get colder here. And I'm on the sea level. But if I drive with my car, I play golf. There's a golf place here, private golf place. There are more golf places, about 6 golf places. And in my golf place, it's about 650 meters of level. And there you change the temperature. You drive 10 minutes and then you go from 22 degrees to 15 degrees. I said, I'm here near to Africa because it's in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean. Yeah, but you have a nice cold weather if you don't like it so hot. Yeah. It's a perfect weather. Here in Santa Cruz, you never need any heating. No,
yeah, I remember that road up and over El Tete or around the base of it. And there's street signs that it's just a snowflake. The traffic sign is a snowflake to let you know that you're going into a different. Actually, I think you're right. I think on the volcano, there's 3 different tropical. There's tropical. There's a mid climate, and then probably Arctic at the top. And then the other side of the island is it's almost like a desert. I actually went scuba diving there.
I was going to say, it sounds like thermoclines. The different
interesting
levels.
Story for another time, but
and the other most
they played these guys played a trick on my wife by turning her air off on her scuba gear. They're
Another
very
great,
sweet.
Ha ha
for
ha.
me, another great point for Tenerife is, for Canary Islands, it all is, you say, the style of life, your lifestyle. You see, you are protected. Women can go out in the evening, no problem at all, going out at 11 or 12 o'clock in the evening. It's very safe. It's a safe place. No, you have a mixture of cultures. It's a perfect place to stay. Not only
But
for holidays,
but
but for work as well. From
Lars,
the holidays.
Lars, you came
Yeah.
from Italy, and you're saying that Canary Islands has a better lifestyle than Italy? There,
For me, I found my right place, because in Venice, beautiful Venice, it's one of the beautiful cities in the world, but the climate in the summer, you get 30, 35 degrees and 100% of humidity.
yeah,
In
yeah,
the
it's true.
winter, it's getting cold, and
Yeah.
even the Russian people find it cold over there, colder than in Russia. Maybe there's minus 20, but the temperature you feel is different.
Right, right.
Well, I'll just put in a little New England commercial. So I had never been to Camden, Maine. Larry, you've been there, right?
Yeah, many times.
Okay, absolutely incredible. And I've been to Maine hundreds of times, mainly for skiing and Algonquin and Kennebunk and stuff like that, and Arcadia National Bar Harbor and stuff like that. But I'll tell you, so Camden, Rockland, Rockport, that whole area south of there with all these fingers of land jutting out into the Atlantic with these huge islands everywhere. The sign when you pull into Maine, what does it say? Life the way it should be, right?
Yeah.
Right. And
Right.
you read it, you go, yeah, sure, it's great. But it's so beautiful. You get a sunny day, lobster roll on the water. I mean, my God, you couldn't get anything better. Just a little New England commercial there.
Right,
Jim,
right.
Equal
you're
time.
absolutely right. I always say your home is where you stay. This is
Yeah.
your home in the
Yeah.
moment, where you stay.
Let-
But on the other side, for the United States, a lot of people going for the vacation or sometimes for the retirement to Florida, right? It's a great place, Florida, to be. And
I lived there for a few years. I'll debate you anytime about Florida.
right,
You
right.
can't give it to me.
and
I still have my license there too.
Yeah.
I've kept it, never used it.
And which state are you now? If I may ask?
Massachusetts.
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 Yeah.
Listen to the Bee Gees song, Massachusetts, and you'll understand
Okay,
how
yeah,
great
yeah, no,
Massachusetts
no.
is.
Well, I can tell you that names of towns and the state's mottos and all that. You know, I'm from Philadelphia. They say that's the town of brotherly love. I've been there. There's not much brotherly love in there.
Oh yeah, my wife wanted me to drive to Philadelphia for July 4th weekend. That was her. She said, "Oh, I found a hotel that'll take a dog. It's not that expensive." It's like, you're talking about a ride from hell. July 4th weekend, no way. So we lucked out. We really did.
You went the right way, but I don't want to leave this without saying I was born and raised in Doylestown, college and graduate school in Philadelphia. I loved it. I was back recently. Great town. I just want to make a point about brotherly love. There's some anger there in Philly, especially on the
You don't have
sports
to
teams.
tell me about it because she probably still wants to go. But Lars, tell me about the Gigantus. Wasn't that there's rocks, and it's awesomely beautiful.
Oh, this is beautiful. I've been there last year in August. It's really beautiful. It's called Alcantilado de Gigantes. It's a name, and you have like it's always from the volcano. You have like 3 big rocks going into the sea. It's a beautiful place to be there.
And the waves are very
But you have a lot
consistent.
of beautiful places. Tell me, sorry, I didn't understand you, Jim. Say it
I
again.
was going to say the water is warm. You can go swimming. You can surf. You can body surf these waves that are just the right size and consistent. It's a magical place. I love
And
it.
another great thing for the Canary Islands and also for Tenerife, you can see whales, you can see dolphins. You can't see it in every place in Europe. You can only see them there.
So many of the things that I want to say are not politically correct anymore.
Don't say them, Larry.
So
For
I
me, it's a great
want,
place. For me, it's a
You
great
can
place to
say 'em
stay
off
or
the
have a
show.
secondary home. It's a great place over here. Really
yeah,
great place.
yeah. So
We'll go back
Not to make promotion for me, but
So I have
otherwise
a
I wouldn't
question.
have come here.
So Lars, Tenerife, the Canary Islands, that's part of Spain.
Yeah.
Spain is an open eXp country at this point.
Yes.
We've already actually had another agent from Spain on our show. She's now basically on our team and group as you are. And I'm getting the feeling that in Spain, eXp is getting very wide acceptance. Is it growing quickly?
You are correct, because eXp Spain started 1 year ago, and now they already have over 300 affiliates. And for Europe, it's quite a fast run. Most of the other European countries are not so far ahead, and it's still growing. The people get a better acceptance, and the people, also the agents, are working greatly together. This is a very nice cooperating together.
yeah.
And they do a lot of for the Spanish people, for the Spanish agent, a lot of formation as well. If somebody don't speak the English language and cannot go into the world like other people and enjoy the formation over there and then the courses, they do every week about 20 hours of courses as well.
So when you
Great team.
when you spoke to Janie Coffey, did you speak in German or did you speak in English?
I know she speaks in German because she lived there, but we spoke together in English.
Okay, I just kind of curious.
No, in English we speak.
So
Why you knew that Janie speaks German?
she was
Because she
over
lived there for
in
some
Germany
years.
with her daughter, who just got married there like a month and a half ago.
Right. Yep.
Yeah. So yeah. Janie is, and that's the exciting part. I don't think it's much like trying to tell someone who's not married that it makes a difference when you get married and you have the paper. It's like it's more collaborative. And if you're in a different franchise, everybody says, yeah, I'm here to help you and all that. In eXp, it's like after you're married, like we really do understand because we're sharing in our collective profits, our collective revenue. We're not sharing in profits that come down after our franchise owner takes their split and all of that. It's a different thing.
And another great thing for eXp I find myself is that the revenue share, but I think you can better explain it, and the company gives money back to the agents.
50%.
This is a great choice. It's a
50
great choice.
Yeah, 50% of the revenue.
50% of the net. So it's commissions are come off first. So it's the 20% that's left, but it's also 100% of the revenue of the other divisions like Verbella and the Success
magazine
suite. Well, it's I'll call it suite. It's a magazine. Yeah. It's Success Lending, Success Coaching, and Success Spaces. Does anybody know, like we have access to Regis offices as Success Spaces open up? Do we have access to those also?
I don't know that.
I'm guessing yes, because we in theory own them.
Yeah.
You have access to these offices. Also, there are some offices even in Spain, in Madrid and in Barcelona, in Tenerife, not, but in some places in Spain, we have Regus offices as well, Regus offices.
So is there a physical office on Tenerife?
No, not a
It's all virtual.
No, they're all virtual.
Okay. All right. So if you want to go and hang out in a physical space, you have to get on the
To
ferry or
rent it, you rent it. It's not a problem. You can find it on for daily basis, whatever you need.
So I'll tell you, when I went scuba diving in Tenerife, I saw one thing, and it was a huge manta ray, I guess you would say. I mean, it was just huge. It was probably like 10 feet in diameter, just lying on the bottom. And I think I dropped my my pressure gauge watch or whatever, the dive watch. As I was going up, I dropped it, and I'm looking down, and I'm realizing, okay, you know, safety stop and all that stuff. And I said, screw it. I'll end up in an iron lung for the rest of my life, but I'm not letting that dive watch. So I went back down and got it. And that was a very memorable dive for me.
I understand it perfectly, because you were in the middle of the ocean and nothing else to say. And there you have all the creatures.
It's true.
No, I'm saying there was only that one. There was nothing. There was no coral. There was no fish. There was no sharks.
Where you were.
Nothing.
Yeah. Well,
but this one impressed you, wasn't it? It impressed you.
It was large. I'll give it that. I wasn't going to mess with it, but it was just lying on the bottom. It wasn't doing anything. But I had a very nice time in Tenerife, and I hope you had a nice time on our show.
Yes, Lars.
It was great. Thank you very much for inviting me. I hope to talk to you soon again, and we keep in touch.
Lars Polegato from Canary Island, eXp Realty. We're so happy here. Next week, we have a fantastic show. The president, or is he CEO, Jason Gessling of
yes, CEO. Well, whatever. The head of
the head of eXp will be our guest next week.
eXp Realty.
Exponential Files.
Yes, and you can always watch us every Friday.
Thanks, Lars.
Thank you, Lars. Thank you, Larry. Thanks to all of our fans.
And thanks for joining in.
Recording